Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. We're gonna start with the dominance and see what we might have this next week, and yeah, who's gonna take lead in the crypto market. Is it Bitcoin or the altcoins? Now, as you can see, of course, that we are still in this 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 towards the upside. Potentially this move wave 5. It still need one more leg to finish, of course, this dominance for Bitcoin, and to start to give some chance for the altcoin maybe to start, of course, to thrive a little bit for higher. And of course, I mean, we were in the 70%. Currently, we are in the 61, and we have reached maximum level 64%, of course, for dominance, and that means currently we are in the support here for wave 4, potentially in a triangle. We're looking, of course, potentially for higher this week, in case, of course, it's going to unfold. But yeah, basically we have kind of like a very, very complex structure here, but it looks like it is very close to be finished and done. Yeah, so we potentially have here a WXY finished in a triangle, a W, X, and A, B, C, D, and an E, and here we go. You start potentially to move for higher, and that means, of course, the dominance of Bitcoin might increase, meaning, of course, leading still the crypto market ahead. And yeah, it doesn't mean that Bitcoin will not fall in price, guys. Yeah, so what it means that Bitcoin might fall in price, plus the altcoin might fall even much more than Bitcoin. So we have to be careful because we are in a bearish market, and the dominance here shows only who is much more powerful. Is it the Bitcoin or the altcoins? Now, of course, as usually, a decrease in the Bitcoin dominance, of course, is a signal for a potential alt season normally. But of course, yeah, normally if the Bitcoin dominance moves down, we see, of course, the altcoins alternatively, yeah, outperform Bitcoin and show some power. But if it continues, yeah, I mean, if it continues towards the downside, we might, of course, see some inflows as well inside the capital market. Yeah, so um, it is also very, very important to take the things in a different perspectives for this current market, because yeah, I believe that the market never repeats itself 100%, guys. And that means, of course, you have to consider a differentiation this time, and potentially the current market conditions may favor an altcoin rally, but or it may not. And what I mean with it, it may not that it might not be in an alt season at all. That is not like, okay, it happens maybe twice before, but this time it doesn't show any signal, guys. So I cannot say that it's gonna be there. I'm still, even if we move down, yeah, I don't see that the alt season might, of course, be a very massive alt season, if that is one even. And then, because if you take a closer look even on the daily, we can see that this drop down even might be shallow. Why? Because it is a triangle. It is a triangle, and you are in a wave E. Yeah, so this wave E, okay, might trigger a little bit the alt season, but I doubted that it's gonna be a massive alt season like before. Yeah, the two alt season before that we had. So we have to be careful. It is always essential, of course, to take into consideration the technical patterns that we see every day on every coin, and which it can, yeah, it can give us some potential of delayed, maybe alt season. And yeah, but I mean, some altcoins, we saw that it has some pattern, it has some potential to move towards the upside after one more low, like Render, like FET, like Injective. Those three altcoins, for example, they look like they are ready to move towards the upside after one more dip. But I cannot say the same for every single altcoin. Yeah, this is a idea, and that's why we have to analyze each coin by coin, and of course each chart by chart. Now, the current data that we see here, of course, for the upcoming week for Bitcoin dominance, we might test, of course, the supports again, maybe. So let's move inside the 1 hour chart. Maybe we might test one more the support, meaning if we move towards the downside again for a wave 2 here, and we see a wave 3, 4, and a 5. We're gonna see. It's the last test, I would say. If we fail this, we might move to the next level, which is a big ABC here, or WX and a Y, and then moving towards the upside, or maybe towards the downside. We're gonna see. But higher potential still, of course, Bitcoin taking lead in the market. Yep, so this was for the dominance. Let's move to the Bitcoin itself. On Bitcoin today, on the 1 hour chart, we have seen, of course, still lower prices. Now, we saw, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but we analyzed this before and on the stream, I think, or today in the indicator analysis, where we saw, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 potentially, but yeah, I mean, it can be, guys, it can be, but the wave 1 here is a little bit suspicious, but it can be a leading diagonal, meaning higher potential, of course, that it is an impulse, but it can also be a corrective wave. So be careful. It can be an ABC or WXY. And finishing here 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Yeah, as an A, 3 waves up, B, and then wave C finished already here. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen. However, right now we're moving for lower, and it looks like a little bit choppy here. A lot of overlaps. We don't see any kind of impulsive, but we're still dropping. Yeah, so we have to be careful. Anyway, test is the following. The test is coming for the following area, which is this one. Well, we already hit it and we move towards the upside, but here we go, we're coming back. Now we move towards the upside in 5 waves. As you can see on the 15-minute chart, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 potentially. Well, you know what? Let's move even much more micro. 1, 2, 3. Okay, here we go. You see some issues here. It might be corrective again. Yeah, so we have to as well be careful with it. I don't like it how it looks like, but don't forget that it can be, of course, a leading diagonal, but this drop is massive. Yeah. So the idea right now is if we break the 786, therefore, of course, you're moving toward the downside. Yeah, 886, meaning taking the low. What does this mean if we take the low, one more low? That means, of course, we are in a bigger impulse or extension for this impulse. Hopefully that it is not a double 1, 2 at the end, which is very, very weird. 1, 2, 886 hit for wave 2, and then expanding diagonal for wave 1, 2, 3, 3 here, because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You finished a wave 3, then 4, 5, and then 4, 5, meaning for this double 1, 2s, which is incredibly low possibility, but if it plays, it is a possibility at the end. But it is the lowest, but it has played. In case we take the low. Crazy, right? 886 hit, expanding diagonal, very rare case, and then 4, 5, 4, 5. If we only take this low again. So to be tested as well, I mean, if you are very micro here, we're looking, of course, for a 1, 2 here, which it looks a little bit 3 ways on the 15-minute chart as well. But also, if you take the 886 already from here, so this is a previous signal, yeah, that you're moving toward the downside. If we hit this one, 82K 175 as 1, 2, and definitely you will take this low. If you take this low, meaning you're taking the 886, meaning you're taking this low. Very simple, moving towards the downside. You would like to hold on in this area and moving towards the upside. Yeah, so if we take a look also on the KGT, we see on the KGT, let me refresh the price action. On the KGT, we see a buy signal here on the 1-minute chart, just to analyze this area. Now we have a divergence, but it's not very strong. Yeah, this bullish signal is lower than this one. The price action is higher, meaning divergence. Moving toward the upside here, obviously it has worked. But to move for higher, you would like to see here another divergence. You would like to see lower prices, but if the lower prices is gonna take the low, that will just simply invalidate it. It can move directly for higher from there with this bullish signal as well. Here, already here, meaning still looking for higher. So we're gonna see how this is going to unfold on the 3-minute chart as well. We see the bullish signal missing as well, not even yet, but of course you can see it on a little bit weaker signal for 167, meaning it's not that strong, which is support my perspective here that it's not that strong, and that means of course it might be your A, B, and a C. That means in a bigger view, guys, what it might happen in a little bit bigger view on the 1-hour chart, we might be, if we move for higher from here, we might be an A, B, and a C toward the upside. And that because, of course, it's not so strong, this bullish signal, we might drop down continuously toward the downside, finishing a big A, B, and a C toward the downside. With this big A, B, C, you're going to finish a wave D for the triangle. Okay, this triangle in the orange, and then moving for the wave E. With the wave E, you're gonna finish a wave B, and this is the main wave B, might be, of course, as highest possibility here, where we have 3 waves down for A, B, C, D, and an E triangle for wave B, and then crashing towards the downside for a wave C impulsively, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, 62, 64K in target. That was it for Bitcoin. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.